Let's see what's going on. Fucking hell. Give me 1 second, lads. Ladies and lads. Dudes and dudettes. Give me a second. I'm just getting the chat and stuff like that. Hopefully it works fine. X, Y, and Z. We're going to get cracking in just a moment. I've got to throw this in the bin. Don't know why I've got a can of Coke here like a dumbass. Alright then. Yeah, let's go. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. So, yesterday's episode got banned. Freaking YouTube banned it, or UFC banned it. So yesterday episode, what happened is we did a lot of talks. So those who caught it yesterday, you know, there was a lot of education content and X, Y, and Z. We went through a lot of stuff. I'll go through it again a little bit of the stuff. We talked about a range bound environment. We're playing on BTC, and obviously BTC has decided to actually do a bit of a madness, right? So the question is now: is BTC going for higher prices or not? Is this a fake out? Is this a real breakout we're going to go for as well? Because we've been consolidating in Monday's range for a little bit as well. But we'll break it down and see what it is. And looking at dollar, X, Y, and Z, a bunch of other stuff. And I want to talk about that chart I had on Twitter 2 days ago. I want to go in a little bit in depth with that. And I'm going to make out plans, the usual stuff in it. So let's give some shout out to all you guys, man. We got John Caboose, we got AM17. Yo, what's going on, AM? Yo, David Bart here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, Cruz. We got freaking Friday. Friday is new. I've never seen you. How you doing? You okay? We got what was up? You know what you and NJ's show from yesterday's. We got Robin. What's good? Art Gemini. We got the Guna. Ruben. Oh, the Guna actually got something interesting as well. Ed Shaz. We got I Never Give Up. Rack Yuri. We got freaking Half Hustle. Justin Crypto Mafia. Pio. We got Jay here as well. Morning. Good to see you here as well, Jay. Fuad here as well. Daily routine. You know how it is. Same shit every day. Nothing changes apart from our color of our shit, isn't it? But depending on what kind of shit you're taking, if you're eating spinach and you're green in it. But yo, what's going on, brothers and sisters there? So let's get cracking there. So Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin has been an interesting one, right? So if you look at Bitcoin, yo, Joe, what's going on, brother? You good? Yeah, with Bitcoin itself, I mean, look, the range band itself, if you look at it here, nothing too special. It's just been consolidating in Monday's range, right? So we got Monday's range up and down, up and down. What's interesting here, which is this bit here was a key, to be honest, right? On higher, in hindsight, that was the form of bullishness when we were holding above there. But normally, what tends to happen, I genuinely believe what was going to happen, right? You see this block we talked about yesterday. Let me just, you know what? If I actually get rid of everything else, have a blank chart, and it will make a lot more sense. Give me a second there. Right, so we got a blank chart, okay? So what I was looking at yesterday, we got a range band environment. So we have a range over here to around, no, that's not it, to about here, okay? This was the range band environment of Monday's range, okay? So what I was looking for was this. So you see this area here, oops. Let me just highlight that properly. You see this area consolidation there? That was a thing, right? So we were talking about yesterday, right? So today is the 25th, right? 25th, okay? So here we are yesterday. And I was saying, like, we're coming back in. This is the consolidation there. Come back up, retest, maybe a second retest, a breakdown, and then off we go to liquidity off this double bottom here. This double bottom there has been causing me a little bit of a headache here. Let me move this to the side of here. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Yeah. So this double bottom here was causing me a little bit of a headache there because it's like I tend to like to have these taken out, but it didn't take them out. Instead, what happened is this block that I was looking at got up, right? Come back support. I'm like, when I saw this as support, I'm like, motherfucker. Take out these highs here, then we start looking for longs, right? I can definitely start saying, yeah, we're definitely looking for longs. What happened is it comes back in, bounces, comes back below it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be choppy. The issue is we got this whole Jackson Hole symposium that we're talking about, and which we talked about yesterday and the day before. So that's going to be a bit there's going to be volatility. That was the title of the show yesterday. Huge volatility is coming, and I do believe we're going to have big volatility today and tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on the New York session as well. New York session will approximately start around 1 o'clock UK time. That's the thing is, I've noticed at 3 o'clock UK time, that's when there's a massive surge of price, right? Massive surge of price around the 3 o'clock time. So we'll see what happens. I could be wrong. But looking at that, now, it's been choppy, below, up and down, and now we've got above it. We're above Monday's high, all good, right? As long as we hold Monday's high, I mean, look, this is another, now we're gonna look for, if we're looking for plans, right, and how we can actually do this, right? That that is capping the market at the moment, okay? Flip this, hold above it, let's go to higher prices. That's on the upside, okay? Let's have a look. So if you're gonna look for higher prices, where would the targets would be then, right? So you see all this move here, right? See this thin move over here? I think the targets would be here first. Number one targets would be here. So if I were to draw a plan, so like the view is nothing being different from yesterday. It's the same shit really. It really is come down to this. The same thing is the view is literally as Monday's range. Okay, so if I draw in Monday's range and let's just put it all together and see what's going on there. What's going on, Dan? Good to have you here as well, man. Hit the like, yeah, smash the likes, everybody, man. Show some love. You know how it is, man. We do shit every day as it is. So yeah, I was saying, so the view is the same, right? So we're playing in this Monday's range here. At the same time, we've got, do you remember like this, the orange range we got? That's the range high, the weekly range high, and the mid range. We've come into the mid range, we held it. We've come into the range high, we've capped it at on the upside. So it's very predicted it was going to happen there. Prices weren't going to from over here. I didn't see price going to shoot up and go in one go. This is another alpha tip is, right? So when you have ranges, right, and you start overlapping ranges together, like for example, we're overlapping two sets of ranges. Forget this blue one. Fuck that for a moment, right? We're talking about this Monday's range and we're talking about this weekly range here, okay? So they're overlapping one another. What happens is this weekly range is what we call higher time frame range, okay? Which means that, and that's higher time frame and that's a lower time frame. Reason why is that if you, for those who don't know what, when I say higher time frame, lower time frame, what does that mean? So the higher the time frame is, for example, if I were to look at a weekly or a monthly, that's a much more higher time frame. It's a much more larger, much more powerful compared to someone looking at the daily or the minutes, or like 15 minutes or the hourly, right? So this is a higher time frame range, right? It's a weekly range. I'm using a weekly range over something that's a daily range. So of course, a weekly range encompasses more time, right? Which encompasses 7 days, for example. So, like logistically speaking, it makes sense, right? Everyone following me so far? So once we got a higher time frame, when prices are reacting from a lower time frame, which is this is all lower time frame reaction over here. Once we shoot up from a lower time frame, right? I've got this range over here, and you straight away, right, that we're gonna get capped there. There's no way it's going to pump up and keep going up higher. There was no way. Unless it's a scam pump. We get a scam pump is a different thing. Then hang on a second, I'm going to start looking for shorts. The fact that we reacted off this weekly range high, that's good. Why? Because then that shows it's respecting higher time frames. So if we get above the weekly range and start holding above, we can definitely say the longs are definitely in. If we were to do something like this, for example, let me just move this to the side a bit more. Yeah. So if price were to do something like this, like ignore this shit here, right? So it was range banding over here and then it shoots up. That's not good. This whole move over here is not a good sign. So keep that in mind, because not only did we smash above the higher time frame, we didn't even respect it. It's like your uncle, innit? Like your uncle tells you to go, I don't know, like your dad tells you to go to the garage and go and get him some pliers, innit? Right? You're gonna respect him, go and get the pliers. But if you go to the garage and you give him a dildo, for example, not a dildo, if you give him a freaking, I don't know, like a spanner, he's gonna look at you. Like, the fuck you doing in it? You freaking, I'm asking you for a plier. Give me like a spanner. There's no respect there. He's gonna get pissed off, and the next thing is ruins your day. But it's the same principle. You can apply the same real life stories into a chart. There's nothing no different to it. So the fact that we respected it, that's good, right? So that's a good thing for me already on the spot. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now all I gotta do, I'm not in any longs at the moment. I'm not in any longs. I'm just waiting. I'm just holding it. I'm being patient about the whole thing. It's gonna get a volatility. Let it do its thing, and I'll have my plans, and I'll just follow my plans. That's all it is, right? The majority of the work that you do when it comes to trading, I believe, is 90% of the plan, 5% execution, 5% you're taking in profits. That's what it is, right? When I say 90% is plans, which means if 90% is your plan, that means you've got to understand every single aspect of what's going on. Patience is the key. That's all part of your planning. Okay? So let it do its thing. I mean, look, at the same time, we got this. We got this trend line is being respected, as you can see. Support, deviation, support. Do we come back in? Just in touch to the Monday's high, hold above it, start shooting up, and let's fucking go. Okay? Everyone with me? Random analogy is a random analogy. My brain works like that. I'm a freaking crackhead at times, isn't it? Oh man, I was talking to a girl last night. Someone special close to me as well, and she was watching my videos yesterday, and she's from Mauritius, isn't it? She's like, yo, you can come to Mauritius and please come do like a seminar and this and that. I'm half tempted about this, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm half tempted to go hit down Mauritius in December, do a seminar. I don't know. We'll see. I'm telling you, like, I'm telling you, I've got big ass motherfucking plans. Right, like plans is gonna be crazy, but it requires a lot of work from me. But first things first, I've got a lot of stuff to do to deal with you guys first before I even go out and fly and do all this crazy shit. Where's my lighter? That's right here. Yeah, crazy shit and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin been starfishing, innit? Respectful towards that, innit? Like he's a. Dimash, what's going on, brother? Good to have you here, man. Really good to have you here. Smash the likes, everybody, man. Show some love, innit? Right, so what are we going to do now? Okay? As always, we need to work out the bullish plan and the bearish plan. Reason why is that if it's going to be, if this is a fake out, for example, right, and we're respecting this this high here, and we're going to break back down to the low and break down lower because it's range bound, right? Let me zoom out for a second, and let me just chat to you about this for a moment. It's this. So if you look at over here, right, just focus on this range over here. I'm going to highlight this just for a second, right? That's the range high, and that's the range low. That's all we're going to focus on, okay? And I'm going to turn this off. Actually, you know what? Let me put the mid-range in as well. And the mid-range comes in around here. Everyone follow me so far? Okay. As you can see right here, price has been consolidating over here. We had a breakout, come back as a deep retest. We have a second breakout, come back another deep retest. We've actually come back to this retest and off this mid-range once, twice. Forget all this thing, right? We can talk about this one here. It doesn't really matter, but we're just going to focus on this area here and this area here. So the fact that we're holding it. So do you remember how price come back as retraced in here and held that mid-range and it shut up? And then it just went, you see this thin move over here? It just one wick, with like one motherfucking wick, right? And a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how from up at the top over here, I was looking for prices to come back all the way here, come back down, hold above it, and go up higher, right? So it took its time, did its little thing, whatever it wanted to do. Now it's come back down. It's filled out all this move. Now we've got another set of move over here. That's all thin movements there, okay? So the fact that it's held the mid-range here and shut up, if this hold the mid-range over here, it shoots up. It's very, very possible. It's a fractal in its own way, yeah? Does that make sense? What's going on? Let's have a look. We've got Pirate in the house, man. Good to have you here, Pirate. Is it really loud? Sorry, is it quiet? Let me come closer. Sorry about that. Is that better? Better for you? I think cleaned there. Oh yeah, about the CC. I think half of you got messages so far. The other half I haven't. It's not been completed yet. So you are gonna think you are gonna get by today. 100% is gonna be done. As soon as I'm finished with this show, I'm gonna have to carry on because what I'm doing is I'm trying to message people via the CC club in it, the country club. So if you guys, I did say yesterday that you was gonna get a message yet. Just bear with me. It is gonna happen today. So don't worry about it. If you haven't got a message today, you are gonna get something today. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you what the deal is later. Okay. Yeah, Pirate was messaging me yesterday. She was long. She was long on Ethereum. She was telling me about it. I was actually short on Ethereum. I was looking for shorts on that as well. I got stopped out on an Ethereum short. But you win some, you lose some in it. I had my invalidation. As soon as my invalidation was taken out, I'm like, okay, then time to flip bias. So we've got to wait. We'll work on that as well. Adcar, you're never late, brother. It's good to have you here. So you got high and ate like a dinosaur, went to bed without a stop loss. Fucking hell, Pyro. You're on a mad one lately, innit? Oh, yeah, so Dan got his message as well. Derry, what's going on? I know I definitely messaged Derry as well. Thank you very much, man. I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I'm back to normal now. So we right now we're just gonna start fucking climbing up. So what's going on? I'm just catching up to this message. Dang, it's testing my patience. Sorry, brother. Sorry, my bro. Sorry, my bro. Don't worry. I will message you straight away. I will as soon as this done. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna get your messages. Got one too. Thanks, champ. Pirates long from yesterday. Yep. I never get. Yeah, I never give up. You got a message yesterday. I definitely remember you as well. So long on Ethereum 1595. There, he got his message. So there was yeah, definitely half of you guys definitely got your message yesterday. Another half will get your message today. So yesterday, don't worry about that, Rack. Yeah, don't worry about. I will get back to all of you guys one by one, 100%. Right, cake and ice cream. Sound like you had a good night. Sound like you had a very good night. But anyway, let's talk about this. So, are you guys following me on this? So we held the mid range. As long as we hold the mid range, it shoots up above the range high. We hold the mid range again. We could be shooting above the mid range. I think the range high again as well. So it's a grind now, right? The fact that it's grinding up, right? I'm quite happy with a grind. This shoot up is not. It's dangerous. It's always like this, right? One thing that I've learned over the years of trading, over the years in the market, is that when I see a grind, I'm happy to play grinds because they give me more conviction. Because what that means is like let's just say this, right? If you're a whale, right? All of us here, how many of us is in this chat right now? Let's have a look. Let me close this up. Right. So let's just say that. Okay, now 1 second. Sorry, guys. Right. So there's 46 of us here, right? Let's just say, Joe, great. You got mine right. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Everyone else will get a message. I promise you today. Okay. As soon as this is done, it's gonna be done. All right. It's gonna be sorted out. Anyway, so what we're saying is, so let's just say that there's 46 of us here. There's 46 whales here. Are we gonna go in hard over here or hard over here, right? Or are you gonna start deploying? You deploying like buys over here, deploying buys over there, deploying buys over here, buys over here. So so it's all like an organization skill, right? So we're all organizing 46 of us. We're organizing to actually start buying with the hopes of what? Of going up to let's just say, for example, to this target here and this target here. So and if we go higher, who gives a flying down? We're just gonna play it as how it is. But we're organizing to buy in this area here to accumulate. It's accumulation. That's what accumulation is. Is that when people, right, with big money are suppressing the price on the upside and holding the price on the downside because they've got buy orders over here. So if you got like, I don't know, like $5 million worth of buys in the bottom, right? You need a lot of power to send it back down, right? But there's a bunch of us going to do this, right? But the fact is that it's a grind up and we're all going to be buying, for example. Once we get up, then that's it. We start buying. We let the retail buy in. Institutions stepped in. Happy days, and we carry on. But this move over here, right? This move over here. See how quick this move is. We come back down, we bounce off it, and then we shoot back up. That's not an organization. That is just a fast ass move, right? Where it's not planned at all. When you see this, it's all planned. Just like if you were to look at up here, right? Let's have a look. See here. You see this consolidation over here? This is all planned selling. This is all grinding, right? So if we go back up, right? Let's go on the daily, right? And I show you on the daily how this has been the grind. So all this is a grind. It's a distribution, right? How do we know it's a distribution? Well, you see this high gets taken out. See this high gets taken out. See this high gets taken out, right? This is all distribution. When you see highs getting taken out, it gets below it and goes back lower. That's distribution, right? When you see buys on the bottom side, for example, on the opposite side. So, for example, like here, see this low here, just taken out, holds above it. So it's a higher low, isn't it? Right? See this low? This low here takes out this low there, and this low here is a higher low to this. So that's accumulation. It's the opposite. So remember, distribution is when the highs get taken out and it gets back into the range. Distribution gets back into the range, can't even reclaim this level, sells off. So when we come back here, all this was planned buying. All this here for 2 months, planned buying. All this was just accumulation. Whales were accumulating here, right? So if we look at the current time frame that we are in right now on a daily, let's have a look at what's going on. So essentially, in its own way, in its own weird way, right? So we got the lows over here, right? For example, I would have liked it to have a low taken out and then come back up and then do this, right? That's what I would have preferred for, but it never did that, which is why I was looking for more shorts there. But if we get a grind over here and we're making higher prices, like each of these highs are taken out, taken out, taken out. That high has been taken out. That bit was all distribution, this area here, but now we're coming back down, and what we're doing is we're grinding. So if I were to go back on the hourly, right, then you start seeing this. You see this low here? Just right here. Accumulation. I'm going to show you accumulation right here. See this low? Gets taken out. This low gets taken out. We hold above it. We come back down. And what this is a higher low compared to this. And then we go back up and a higher low. It's just so funny that this happened. So even if you look here, it gets taken out. Oops, does it? Slightly, but it bounces off there and still become bullish there. Because this here was accumulated. This is a sign of accumulation. When we get a stop run and we haul back into this range here. And all that's happening is we're just accumulating here. So it is what it is. Does that make sense? So accumulation, distribution is the opposite, right? Accumulation, we get a stop run over here, and then we get back into the range and shoots up higher. Okay, we accumulate it further until it's ready to break out. Distribution is the opposite side. Is for example, it's a stop run there, right? We come back into the range and we start breaking down and then sells off below the range low. That's how you would actually understand accumulation, distribution in one way or another. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, this move is like Tyron's pulling your girl's rug in it. That's it. You guys fucking remember this shit. Pirate, if you deploy some buys, man, we need to fucking... You're definitely a freaking whale and a half. Do you know that, right? Pirate is actually... I don't know if I should be saying this, but like she's got fucking peas, fam. You know what I'm saying? She got peas. she's a smart chick, though, I gotta say. Yeah, makes sense. Went from 43k to 12k and in the past few days to 443 fucking k. What the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Someone saying to me, went to 43k to 12k. I said, fuck this shit. To 443k. Fucking hell. Oh man. Shit, man. I wish I was like you, pirate. I wish I was like you. I don't have that kind of peace. 443k. How long did that take you? Like 2 minutes. Alright, cool. Let's get back to work before we get distracted. I'm getting fucking off the trails here. 1 second. There we go. That's better. Cool. Alright. Yeah, man. 12k kicking the pussy. Fucking geezer now. Vegeta, what's going on, brother? Good to have you here. Really good to have you here. So let's bring our lines in and let's start making our plans now, okay? So we did a bit of education there. Let's work about this now. So now what's happening, okay? So we've got Magnus range, right? So we've also got, if I move this over here and make this bigger. So you see what I was talking about? The plans of this, right? So we got this low here. And you see this is actually holding as support so far. So you got support, deviation, support. Now, ideally, what I would like to is hold on this. As long as it holds this trend line, we're good to go to play back up to here, taking out these highs and then this high over here. Once we take, like, the confirmation for longs is absolutely above the range high. Once we get above this, right, do something like that. That's your plan to go higher prices. This is your confirmation for higher prices, right? Higher prices to where? You'll be playing it all the way to, let's have a look. First things first, actually, is this. I want to now bring in this range over here. I'm overlapping a lot of ranges here, man. Let's have a look. Unlock this. Bring this out over here. So there. So we're not in reality really what we're doing is we're playing off this blue range here. This is a range from back in the 20th of July. We're talking about a month ago. So if I were to highlight all this stuff and then start bringing this up, let's see, keep this nice and simple. This one, make it black. This one, mid-range. Is the microphone better today as well? I did test it out before I actually jumped on. That's why I was like, for me to send out the link was a little bit later than usual because I was just messing around with it. Yo, SJ's in the house. What's going on, brother? 57 watching, 26 likes. Look, if they want to like it, they like it, right? If you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, then say so. You're not enjoying it. Tell me what's up in it. Say like, yo, listen, thank you. This is a waste of time. And just be honest, man. I'm cool with that. I don't really mind. Like everyone's entitled to their opinion, innit? Yeah, mic is clean. Bless. That's really good to hear. Don't know what happened to that yesterday. Live trade, what? Me and you? Or do you want like a scalp? What was it looking for? So yeah, so this is a range bound environment for about a month, okay? So if we look at it this way, this high to this low, we got resistance over here, a deviation over here, deviation, resistance, and off we go, right? We shanked down and lost the mid range there. So ideally, at the very minimum, like using this range itself, we can start doing this, right? Mr. Mays, you're a legend. That's what it is. The stoners just have to be reminded a couple of times. Fucking John. Oh, me. Well, we'll see if we can get a live trade out of it. Let's just make a plan and see what's up in it. And yeah, like if I do a live trade, most likely be scalps though. I love my scalps. So yeah, so we're coming to this 25% of the range. Now we got Monday's high, which is where's Monday's high? So what you been saying? Let's just see when the 22. So 22, so the high, what's here? Okay, this is the high then. It's off this high. So that's the high. Now, what I wouldn't mind is price to come back down, hold Monday's high, reclaim 25%, and then let's go to at least this will be the first target, looking for that as a secondary target. This, right, will be my entry, for example, and then I'll be looking to actually go for 25%, which is the mid-range. Mid-range comes in around the 22.5k, let's call it, and then the secondary targets I'll say at 22.7k. I would like to cut it from there, because what will happen is, by the mid-range, I expect a reaction to either come back down and let it break back up. Once it holds this level, show me bullish price action, then I go for the next set of targets to 23.4k. From 23.4k, we're looking at 24.3k. That's the area of playing it range level to level, and all we're doing is we're playing in this range here. Yes, we have the weekly range. The weekly range high is up here. If you want confirmation on how to enter the trade, then you want the specific confirmation. Oops. Then what you'll be looking for is something like this. Just delete all this. Absolute confirmation is, you see this high over here? That's capping the market over here. This high is resistance. So if we just start breaking above it and hold above it, that's my confirmation to play up to there, to target 1 and then to target 2, and that's it. That's the play I'll be looking for it today. Does that make sense, everybody? That's the thing. That's the play. Now, if we come back into Monday's high, which is from here, and this is Monday's low, right? If we decided to go back into this range here, play it back down, and then start looking for mid-range, which is about here, and then to range low, taking out liquidity here. So we still haven't broken out. There's no confirmation for higher prices in there. For those who've actually taken profit, happy days. For those who are still in the trade, be a bit aware of how we react on Monday's high. So if we come back into Monday's high, or if we step into Monday's range, you got to ask yourself, the fuck are you doing back in the range? If you're really going to break out, you shouldn't be coming back into the range and finding resistance. Does that make sense? I want to see a 4.2 scalp on a 69-second chart. Fucking hell, man. Greeny's asking for 4.2. I mean, I can do that. Let's actually just have a look. Let's see what's going on. Alright, fuck it. You guys asking for scalp. Let's see. Let's go on the 5 minutes. Jeez. Testing me now, isn't it? Alright, so what we got here? 1 minute. let's go to 15 for a second. Start making some lines now. So we've got this here. Price is going down from here to the bottom here, up here. Capital mark on the upside. Let's just focus on this area here. So what to do this? Right, on the 15 minutes, how we're looking for. Okay. So we've got prices around 21.7. In the 5 minutes, see what we got here. In 1 minute. Okay. So this is actually capital market on this upside here. So I missed an opportunity to scalp already right there. This happened actually not too long ago. That would have been a perfect scalp here. Because you see what it is, right? You see this area over here, this high there, this little block over there. What happened is prices come back down and retested this area. And the moment that it's retest this area, sorry about that. Sorting out my doors and shit in it. Use the 1 second time frame when entering. Nah, not 1 second. 1 minute. I mean, I traded off the 15 seconds and 10 seconds before, but not on the thingy. So let's have a look. So I missed an opportunity here. That's the place where I would have liked to enter from around here. Stop loss above here, playing it back down. See, this area needs to be retested. Let's have a look. Now let's start narrowing it down. Okay, so we missed that. We've got these moves over here. I've got this move to fill out over here, and I've got this move to fill out over here. These are my areas of targets there. So this is a support. Trying to put so this high here is causing the no, that's not it. Okay, cool. So now if I start narrowing it down, you see how this has been planned out. This is fucking not real. Problem is right now, I've got to start looking for this way now. If we start holding above it, right? If we don't lose this area here, if we don't come back in this area, this is a stop loss over here. I can play back into this area there. That's the honest truth right there, actually. So we've got two sets of plays we can play. If we were to do a long position around here, for example, let's have a look. Stop loss would be over here. That's a hard stop. Playing it up to there. That's a 2.9R trader. But I want enter. I'm not entered. I'm just having a look at something. So that's that there. Let's see how it works. Okay. So under 30 seconds. Delete that. Just bear with me, alright? I'm just talking to myself a little bit like a madman. Just stop run. Alright, so okay, we've got two sides over here now. Number one, do you remember what we talked about in the beginning? Accumulation. What happened here? Stop run, lower high. So we got, this is the low. That's a stop run. That makes a lower high, right? So this to me looks like we got chances of actually going up higher on the upside. So what I want to see is this to hold, and then we can start going up, take out all this liquidity into this area here. So, you know what? Should I do it? Should I do it? Fuck it. I'm going to enter in. I'm going to enter in now. Gone 15 seconds. 1 second, guys. I like us to come back into here, off this area here, and then bounce back up, and that'll give me a tighter entry over here. Well, I can bring my stop loss over here, to be honest. That's what I would like to see. Let's have a look. The things you got to do when you're scalping, you just got to... Well, you guys caught me off by surprise. I didn't really plan for this. Alright, so let me just draw my lines. Let it come, let it come, let it come. That's the low. Alright, I want to see it happen. And this is the area I'm looking for. This area here. That's for me to come. I think what will happen will bounce back up, and then come back down, and then bounce back up. If it was to bounce back up, where would it bounce off to? I missed it, bastard, motherfucker! Come on, at least break down now from here. Come on, give me an entry, motherfucker, and I'll step in. See, that's the thing is, right? See how he pushed up? I'm not in any rush right now. I'm just waiting for it to come. That's the key. Let it come. I have ideas. I mean, I could have entered in right here when I was talking about it with a stop loss here. It's very valid. That's my invalidation. Invalidation is key. Remember I talked about invalidation, which means that if price comes over here, most likely I'm going to be wrong, and I need to flip bias on the downside. I'm trying to find a stop loss over here to keep it. Come on, 10 seconds. This one resistance. I was right then. I was right, bastard. Missed the fucking thingy. Yeah, it's just too bullish then. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, missed it then. Okay. I missed that scalp long. That's a piss take, man. I've been in a 2.9 hour trade. I'm watching this over here. I'm watching this bit here. See how we react off there. Market structure's changed as well, by the way. So you see how we're making highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, and all of a sudden now we made a higher high, higher low, higher high. So market structure shifted after 15 seconds on the lower, very very low time frame. So the chances of me getting this now is very very slim on this area here. Very very slim. I think I missed it. I generally think I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Fuck it. It's too late. I missed it. Fuck. Gonna be a beautiful 2.9 hour trade, and then it's gonna go to target now. Yeah, it's taking out liquidity over here so far. Taking out liquidity over here, coming over here. I think it's taking out liquidity over there as well. So yeah, it's bullish. I missed it. Sorry guys, it would have been a good one to show you guys on the 2.9 hour trade on the 15-second there. You win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? Bit disappointing though. Very disappointing. Sometimes, you know, when it comes to this, when you're trading in it, you're looking at the chart and stuff like that, and you look it's just like this, just like that right now. I had an idea to come into this area here, right? Once it comes into this area, I'm gonna hold it and go up higher, right? But instead, there are moments where it just leaves you behind. And what do? Do you chase it? No, I'm not gonna chase this, because what? If I'm gonna chase this now for what? 1 hour trade, it's not really worth it in my opinion. Let's have a look. If I were to enter, do a long, let's say here, I have to keep my stop loss over here. I have to, and then my profit will be over here. So 1.25 hour trade. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of 1.2s. You know what it is like? It's like don't you want a 7-incher or an 8-incher or even a 12-incher, right? You want, it's like us men, like we like more in it. That's how the fact is, and kind of fucking missed that one. Anyway, never mind. It is what it is. We move on. I'm just gonna take a piss quickly. Be right back. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little bit annoyed. But it is what it is. Be right back. 2 minutes. Man, I'm drinking so much water lately, and I'm pissing the fountain out lately, man. Probably by the time I come back from the toilet, it will hit target. Bastard. Right, we haven't hit target yet. Well, I was never in the trade, so it is what it is. Hey, Jay, Jay and Pirate in the house. We got Ning in the house as well. We got a couple of ladies at least. You know, there's too much cockfest in it. Is it coming back down? Nah, I ain't gonna fucking come back down. It'll probably come back down over here. Ew. How epic would that have been, right? If we actually got into the trade right there on the spot, right, and made a 2.9R trade on the 15-second. In BTC. Pirate fucked me over. She long BTC and didn't give me an entry. Yeah. So that, yeah, well, we've got the plan for BTC. Short from the highs. No. It's bullish though. That's the thing, is it's bullish. I wouldn't short anything straight away because look, if I'm leaning bullish, right? We've broken out of this freaking trend line over here. I know this is the 15 seconds I'm talking about. We've broken out of this trend line there. We actually found support there. The moment we've taken out this high there, that's bullish there. So now it's going to form another range over here before we start breaking out of this range and then start going up higher, taking out all these liquidity over there and looking to take out into this area here. This area here is where it's going to be going. Okay? It wasn't you. I feel like, you know, when I talk about a plan, right? And sometimes when I talk about plan, like I've seen this pattern over and over and over again, and you're like, all right, this is what's gonna happen, right? And I know exactly how it's gonna play out, but for some reason, right, like not on the seconds, but like on the 15 minutes or the hourly kind of thing, if for some reason it doesn't respect that at all, and like some whales pump the fuck out of it. I feel like that's happened to me too many times. It was happening to me a lot of last year as well. It was pissing me off. You're never late, bam bam. You know what? You're never late, right? The fact that you've made it is a beautiful thing as well. We were just trying to look for a scalp down the 15 seconds. Well, I was timing on the 5 minutes to 1 minute. Then went on to 30 seconds and 15 seconds. Would have had a good entry, but I had the right idea for longs on that. I talked about the accumulation bit, but I just missed it. I was just trying to get like a tighter entry. So that's what it was. So you didn't really miss much, mate. All right, then. Let's see. Smash the likes if you find that interesting, the whole 15-second thing in it. I think that's been like my forte. This is like the second time I've actually done this for you guys. Like, look at a very, very tiny time frame as well. All right. Right then. Oh, let's see. Remember this planner? Remember this planner I showed you? Right, now, let me delete this and let's see if we play. Okay. So, you see, comes in and it's held into it. Got 3 seconds to close into it, and that's it. Now he's gonna range band a little bit more before he decides to break out, or he might do some deviation a little bit more, take out the stop there, come into this area here, and step back in, and then go back up. That's what it could do. Very, very easily as well. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. Do you know what it is like after you seen this, when you see this over and over again, right? Like this whole pattern, this whole trading system, it's the ranges, man. I'm telling you, man. To me, the best way is the ranges, man. If you get ranges on, if you got ranges on the locks, and then you start focusing on how the patterns play, it becomes like an easy piece of cake. To new over trader, 15 seconds can't think fast enough for a solid plan without missing a trade. Yeah, look, guys, I do you take many scalps on a day, bro? I'll tell you something, right? So I've taken scalps like fucking. There was one day when I first originally started taking the scalps, and I figured out, like, I think when I realized that, yo, I'm quite good at scalps. I did my first day on the first day of scalps. I think I took about 11. No. It was nine trades in one day. It was a 21R. I was taking a lot of 1Rs, 1Rs, 1.5R, so very little 2Rs as well, that kind of thing. And so that's when I was taking like scalps like non-stop. I don't really do much scalps as much. Like sometimes, right? Like when was it? There was like, yeah, it just varies. It just varies. But you can always get a scalp. You know what I mean. So It just varies, like in terms of what the situation is. You're a machine. We are nah, man. You guys not L, man. You guys are never L's. You guys are winners. Always champs in my eyes. 12 to 15 trades. Shit, I don't take that much trades nowadays. I probably take about 3 or 4. Like scalp wise, I probably take. If I were to scalp, I probably take about 5 to 8 maximum. You know what I mean? Let's have a look at what's going on here. Okay, so we're going back down. I wouldn't mind it come back into here. Hold above it, reclaim this, and that was the deviation of this range over here. Let's have a look. So let's take a long from around here. Put my stop loss over there. My TP over here. It's a 2.7R trade. I might take this trade. Okay, we're getting an entry here. Let me get prepared. Take care of yourself, Anna Satoshi. Send my love to the family. Okay. Let's see. Let me zoom in. Alright, cool. We'll go a little bit lower. Wait for 12 seconds before I enter. Okay. I'm focusing on this area here. I haven't entered in yet. So let me just move this to the side. Focus is here. How are we reacting up here? Bear with me. Three, two. Okay, so new seconds. Come over here. Where are we bouncing off from? I'm gonna enter in. Yeah, I've just entered in as well. So literally right over here. This is no. About here. This is about entered in. 21,682. 82. There. That's about entered in. Okay, I'm in here. Alright, let's see. Let's see how it goes. One second. Sorry, I'm a battery. 1 second there. 15 minutes in. Shit, man. That's mad. Ah, shit. There we go. Yo, Nick, how you been, man? Been a while. It's been a while, brother. You keeping well? Tuesday is high. It's what? 25. It's right here. Okay, cool. Let's go on the 5 minutes. How are we looking? On 1 minute. Mm. So if I take profits over here, for example, still at 1.8 R. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. 1 minute. No, I think we go up here. Two up candles here. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. So here. So 30 seconds. Is this whole move over here? Okay. 15 seconds. Yeah, it's the whole move there. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So if I delete this, let's have a look what's going on here. Right then, so we should find some sort of support here. We've got a range bound environment in this area here. From this high to about this low there. I want to see how we react off there. Come on, start shooting up. Came at the right time today though. I'm keeping well, man. I'm glad that you're okay as well. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, man, same shit every day really. Nothing's changed, man. How's the family keeping, man? Oh, Enas from work, bless him. I want to see this. This is a consolidation here. I want to see this to become a deviation so we can step back in. And then I'll be like, all right, then cool. I can type in my stops to around here. It's going to be a bit of a grind here, though, to be honest. This is taking longer. Okay, cool. So that's the high there. This high is capping the market. So what's going on right now is this high over here is capping the market right there. You see that? So we got a deviation, come back up, get back below it, then we come back up, right? And now we get back below it. It's a mean. This bit here is a mean, right? So when price is gonna get choppy, so it's gonna be a bit of a tricky one to get above it. So once it gets above it and holds, then I can see this stepping in. But we'll see what happens at this base of the range. The fact that we're losing this is not good. Let me narrow this down. All right, let me go to the 5 seconds to see what's going on. Delete this all. Have a look. How are we doing? There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Another one. Come on. Come on. Oh, we tested that. Come on. Keep pushing, son. Keep pushing, son. Come on. Keep pushing this. Let me just draw this so you guys can see what I'm looking at. That's the base of the range, and to me that's the range high itself, right? I want to see it reclaim this motherfucker right here. Just get back above and hold it, and then we can go to the mid-range, fill out all this here, take out liquidity of these highs over here, and then see what happens. Come on, come on. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Next one. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, son. Come on. What we got else? What else have we got here? Come on, let's have a look. Scan. Right, delete this. Fuck my eyes. Keep pushing, son. Keep pushing, son. Keep pushing, son. Let's go, champ. Let's fucking go. Fibonacci now, quickly. Right, mid-range. Right, so we had the mid-range there of that range itself. Alright, cool. Reclaim that motherfucking mid-range and let's fucking go. There we go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Well, we fill this out over here. This is what I was talking about. Take out this liquidity next. Come on. That's the next set of targets we've got to work out on now. Show you. Right there. Let's go, son. Yeah, it's going to go to range high. Because what happened now, right? This was all consolidation, right? This is now a deviation of this range. Come on. Come back down. I don't really give a shit. Hold above it. Let's go. Come on. So literally, when you're looking at this kind of time frame as well, you've got to scan a lot of things as well to see how things are reacting. Right, I will cut the trade now. Now, to me, I will cut the trade if you get back below here and find resistance. I will cut the trade now. So now that's that there. Let it do its thing. Let's have a look. Right, mid-range is, yeah, mid-range is going to cause some sort of reaction. I mean, I could scalp this mid-range all the time, non-stop as well. That's not a big deal. Come on, come on. Push up, motherfucker. 3, 2, oh, fuck off. Okay, okay. See that? See this? Support, support. Let's see what happens now. Come on. Fucking close in, man. 3, 2, 1. Next one. Come on. 3, 2. You're finding resistance, you bastard. No good. No good. Alright, cool. Deviation of the trend line. Perfectly fine. That's it. See how we react up here. Gotta cut it. I'm looking to cut it now. I might have to cut it. Alright, I'll put myself a break even. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out at break even. I didn't lose anything. Is that break even? Yeah, I'm at break even now. I'll let it do. Now it's just gonna be a free trade now. If I get stopped, I get stopped out. Wasn't ready. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out anyway. What we've done is we step back into this consolidation over here, this area of consolidation. Did that, step back into it. So my break even is here, right? So if you get stopped out, I'm okay with that. Gotta watch this. Yeah, it's finding resistance. Bastard, man. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm just watching this at the moment. Sorry, guys. Change the time frame. Let's have a look. 15. Like this. What's happened? Let's delete that. Okay, so 15 is like this. Right, so we'll close this. Let's see what we got here. I make a decision, man. Fucking climb up or stop me out. I don't really give a shit. 7, 6, 4. Let's have a look. See, this is the stuff that if you want to do, the country club will help you. But we have to get better at trading normal time frames, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, that kind of stuff before we step into this. This will take time to actually get into this kind of situation, but I can help you. That's the one thing is I can help you on if you're interested in actually wanting to learn how to scalp and stuff like that. I can help you. It's dangerous. Oh, yeah, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to play, but nothing's impossible, right? Nothing is ever impossible. Okay. My volume is low, is it? Sorry, I'll go get it closer. Yeah, nothing's impossible. I can teach you how to do all this stuff as well. I'll put some time into this as well for you guys. But first things first, don't expect if you're joining the country club we're gonna start scalping straight away. No fucking way. Only the very few, the very small handful of people, like 0.001% of people can actually scalp on the spot. It depends on how your mind is. You got to know this yourself. And are you prepared to go on the 15 second and 5 seconds and switch bias and then be prepared that look early on? You got to look at it this way, right? So I'm chatting to you guys there. So just pay attention to this now. So I had this range marked out here. And I was looking for a deviation. We stepped into this area here. Once we step into this, how many people would have gone shit once we got back over here? So what I did, I knew my entry was not perfect, but very clean over here. And I put my stop loss at break even there in preparation to see, okay, if we find resistance, and I knew where the range band environment was, which was here. So we stepped into this range over here, and I said, we'll come back in, we'll find support off this. We'll come back in, find support off there. We'll come back into the bigger range over here. So there's a lot of things to work out on there. So now, cool. So now, like I have my stop loss over here, break even. I'm quite happy to hold it there, and I'll move it up as we go along. We'll see what happens next. But all this on the 15 seconds is, or even on the 1 minute, it's just really fast action, and you've got to be prepared for this kind of stuff. Like, look at this, right? We had a little downfall over here, no problem. Come back up, happy days. Most of us would have been so happy, like, yeah, we're gonna make this 2R, we're gonna make this. No, we're not over yet. Until we break out, I'm not comfortable yet. I'm not comfortable. So we're coming to the range high now. It's all good. Are you guys enjoying this? If you are, fucking smash the likes, man. You know what it is? Like, I'm doing this for you guys, man. Oh, I'm making some money out of it as well. So we come to range high. Now I'm expecting a pullback. Right, let it do its thing. Right, we come back into the mid range, holds above it. Happy days. Let's carry on going. Scalping is for the masters. It really is. Like, well, scalping is not for the masters. Scalping is just like it depends on how your mind sees things, how you perceive things in it. Like, end of the day, like, you can perceive it in any way you want, but if you can't shape your mind in a way of preparing yourself to cut trades and quickly viewing things left, right, and center, do you know that scene? Like, have you guys ever watched freaking there's a scene from let's go to the range alert. It's gonna be a range band over here for a little bit then. Hey, range band, I don't really mind. Have you guys ever seen Naruto? Right, we talked about it yesterday actually. Naruto is a Japanese anime, and there's a particular scene, right, that will always stay in my head, and it will never ever like. And that's how I want to be like as a trader. There's a guy called Madara. Now Uchiha Madara is like one of the baddest motherfucking gangster ninja ever lived. Right, there was two guys. There was him and this other guy called Hashirama Senju. Now Hashirama and Madara were like boys. They were best friends, but they had a difference of opinion, a different view or whatever. And Hashirama became like the leader of the village. Yeah, the Hashirama became the leader of the village, and like obviously like Hashirama and Madara had a fight, right? They had a war, and between the two of them at the Valley of the End, and Madara lost. Madara lost, and Hashirama beat him. And the story of this is like of Naruto is like Madara never died. He never really died. He entered into like another into a vessel kind of thing. So he comes back right like years and years later, like hundreds of years later, like about a good 150 years later, and he's fighting against like the world kind of thing. So he once he steps in, everyone's shit scared. They're like, "Yo, Madara's here," innit? And he jumps into the battlefield and he's just fucking everyone up. Like he's just banging guys. And there's a scene that his eyes are just moving left, right, up, down, left, right, and he's just like fucking attacking, like blocking, and then bang, bang. It's so sick. It's just so sick. If you guys could ever see that, it was one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen. And when I saw that, I'm like, yo, I want eyes like that. I want to look at shit like that. So literally, literally, when you're scalping like that on the 5 seconds and the 15 seconds, your eyes has got to move a lot. It's got to move a lot. Yeah, Derry knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, against the five Kages. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it was insane. So like when I saw that scene, that was like the coolest scene I've ever seen in my life. I've always been attracted to these baddies. I don't know why I like baddies. Baddies like in like Resident Evil. I want the baddies to win. Like or like I always want like you never see baddies win. You always see the goodies always win in it. Like, it's not cool, man. I want to see the Russians take over the world. I want to see the Chinese take over the world. And in a movie, I'm talking about, like and that kind of stuff. Like see how it goes, and it like they finally accepted defeat, but we never get to see that. So when we see these kind of like these baddies who do some craziness, right? And you're like, yo, that's mad. And obviously, because the baddies, they're meant to be the strongest one, and then like the goodies will have to struggle a little bit. We're finding resistance. Okay, we'll just like I said, range banding over here. Nothing's changed. Mid range is finding resistance over here. So I'm good. I know my stop loss is here anyway. So happy days. But yeah, so the Great Ninja War. That's it. You guys know what going in it. You have to master your mind, getting better at higher time frame and breaking it down to smaller time frame. I'm not ready for 1 minute one or smaller time frame. David, most of us aren't, right? Most of us aren't. Most of us want to and believe that we can do it when you see things like this. And I don't like showing it so much because I'm not showing off or anything like that. But I just don't want you guys to start getting to this whole delusional mind frame that's saying, yeah, if Dane can do it, I can do it. Yeah, you can do it. I'm not saying you can't. I want you guys to do it one day, 100%. But there's a time, like there's a lot of practice, which is why this whole country club, there's a lot of work on my side that should really get you pushing. But we need to master like day trades, master swing trades, master all these kind of things, and then we can start stepping it down to the 5 minutes and the 10 minutes, and then when we get comfortable, we'll step it down to the 3 minutes and then 1 minute, and then we slowly before you know it, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. Trust me, I'm gonna help you guys out. Pain was a great villain as well. Yeah, Pain was a great villain as well, 100%. But he turned into a good guy. But obviously, the heart of Naruto was always Naruto, isn't it? So let's say. So Justin saying, yeah, did this on the 1 minute for the first time in this week with $50 and 20x leverage. Leverage got up 60% and slept on it. Ah, bro, don't sleep on the trade. Like even right now, I want to go and get some water. Right, But like I can't step away. I have to be here. I have to watch this. How much does experience helps in managing emotion while trading? A lot, a lot. It really does. Uh, I'm quite a cold-hearted person. Right? I'm very, very cold-hearted. For those who actually knows me quite well, I'm very rude, right? So like, if you look at crypto AM17, he was trainer than me. He was like I literally helped him to trade and understand the ranges and whatnot, and so you can ask him. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, AM's here, bruv. How rude was I to you, bruv? Tell the guys how harsh I was. Yeah, I'm very tough because I'm a perfectionist, right? And the thing is, it's like I won't be like this towards you guys in the country club. It's a country club. It's different, right? But like if you yeah, even Pirate knows I'm cold hearted. I'm so sorry, Pirate. But yeah, but the thing is, right? Like if you want to be mentored by me on a one-to-one level, I will fuck you up. Like that's how it is. Like the way I see it is that no matter what, if you want greatness and you really want to be really good at what you want to do, I will help you 100%. But I'm gonna mark you at the same time because I don't take losing as an option. There's no such thing as losing. Like with me, there's no losing. There's only winners, right? And the thing is, we're gonna take things slow, right? uh, Ripped into pieces. See, savage. He will tell you, savage. I was a savage, bro. Like there was this one guy, all right, and AM can actually confirm. I don't know if he was in the room or not, or whatnot, or Mac was in the room. I know Mac was definitely in the room there, but there was this other geezer, and he wanted to learn how to trade, and bro, I blasted him so badly that the guy teared up, man. He started crying as well. But it's a really hard. It's a very old school way of actually of teaching as well. But look, that's the thing is right. If you want to go to that kind of aspect, we can fucking take it like that, right? We can really take it into a very very harsh, ugly way. But I guarantee you one thing though, you will come out and you're like, no matter how hard it is, you will come out and you'll be like, what the fuck's going on? Come on, man. Sorry, 5 seconds. Let's see what we got here. Range bound in this environment. There, delete this shit. Now we're okay. So now what's happening is we're range bounding and being choppy at the mid range. The mid range is always going to be choppy. Just want to see this get taken out. So let's come back down here. So how low can we go? Can we deviate? Bit skeptical about this area here. Come down here. Could do that. Let do his thing. But yeah, if like we can take it to anywhere you want. But I won't be harsh to you guys. I won't be killing you guys. It's gonna be a lot more friendlier. But if you guys are interested in actually getting into like mentoring on a one-to-one level, we can do that in the future, 100%. But let's just start working out on a as a group itself and as a class because I mean, like, look at it. Like, I mean, I've got patience when I want to, like, I've got patience when I'm talking to you guys. Like, you guys ask me a lot of questions. I'm always happy to respond back to it. Sorry, man. It's just this, I'm just looking at this range bound environment. It's kind of bugging me. But yeah, I got patience and I can, as you guys have asked me many, many questions, I've always been happy to answer it as well. So I'm not much of a dickhead. I'm not a dickhead like that. But it's like certain like AM he really wanted to learn and he was adamant about it and I did warn him. I go, listen, I'm like it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna fuck you up kind of thing and whatnot. And he accepted it and he actually saw it the harsh way. I'm really sorry, AM. I'm really sorry. But how good does it feel to know that you can do what you can do? You use the same alpha scalping 1 minute. No, no, no. I use half. Yeah, about half of my portfolio. I used to use a third of my so like for example, if I'm risking like 2%, right, or 1%, like let's say if my day trade is like 2%, right. So what tends to happen, I use about 0.6% of my account. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I knew that was gonna happen because we've got these areas here, these areas here. Oh, fuck off. Well, if I get stopped, I get stopped out. I didn't want it to happen though. So what's happened? Where we are? Right, focus, focus. Let's have a look. So it's right here. This is the mean. What do we do here? The liquidity. been a bit of a tricky pain in the ass though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, AM is good, man. It's really, really good. Shib's up 5%. Fair play to Shib. Punch them for every bad trade. And the same on on large time frame. If I swing trade, then I use 5%. So when I day trade, I use 2%, and then on the scalp, I used to use 0.6%, but I use 1% now. I'm a lot more confident in my scalps. So like for this, for example, right, like my stop loss is at break even. So if I get stopped up, it's not a loss for me. It's just a lost time. You know what I'm saying? Need to be harsh in Discord. Join only if you are ready to get fucked by dank. Rest assured, you will become a much better trader if you keep your pride aside. 100% though. 100%, man. You keep your pride aside, man, and let me chat to you guys. Trust me, you guys will make it, man. Like, it's look, trading is hard. Everyone thinks it's gonna be easy, right? It's like SC says it the best, right? 99% of you guys ain't gonna make it, right? The reason why is that because my belief in why you're not gonna make it is because you don't have the right mentality for it. You have to understand that it doesn't come overnight. It's not gonna come in a week. It's not gonna come in a month. It's gonna take a little time. You can ask AM how long I've been with him. Like like he was under my, my wings in a way. You can say. You can ask him like how long it was. It was about 3 months. I think 3-4 months. It was straight into like non-stop on a daily basis and did a lot of work as well. And the thing is that with AM had the facility of being my cousin, so he was very easy that any moment of time he would phone me, or any time of the day he would phone me, and I was always happy to chat to him. Like he would speak to me on the phone and ask me all these questions, and he got up to speed as well. So that's what the facility he had with me. And that's the thing is, well, like with Discord, it's not gonna be the same. I mean, you guys ain't gonna have my number, but I am gonna be around, like for hours upon hours to help you guys out on an individual basis. Ask him. I gave them homework, fam. Like I gave them bare homework, right? And if they didn't give me homework, if they didn't respond back with the homework, bro, I will blast them. I know you fucking taking the piss, because you know what it is. I felt like well, nothing wrong with these guys. These lads are good lads anyway. But like what I felt like is that if I'm gonna give you my time, and this is what I'm saying to you guys, each and one of you guys, if you're gonna join the country club, I'm gonna give you my time. I'm gonna give you my effort, my energy. There's always gonna be there, right? I will give you 100%. I need 100% back from you guys. If you guys can't give me 100%, then what will happen is I'll take you to the side, have a little chat with you, and say, listen, what's going on, right? Find out what the situation is, because I understand everyone has a life, everyone has a family, everyone has different things going on, all right? Now, if there's a struggle and there's a pressure on something, you need to tell me what's going on, because I'm gonna be in a way your teacher, right? So you gotta tell me what the situation is so I can help you. If you don't tell me, I can't help you. This is pissing me off, man. Fucking do a decision, man. What time is it now? Actually, it's 11:30. We're going to the thingy. New York Open now. This is not good. Come on, man. 15 seconds. Yeah, the fact we keep rejecting off here, keep doing this, I don't like this. I think I'm gonna get stopped out. I'm quite happy to get stopped out. I don't mind. I can move on then. But as you guys seen what I can do, I mean, I could have taken profits at any moment in time, but it's not a big deal. Anyway, so what was I saying? Thanks, dungeons. Fucking hell. You're a savage also in the kitchen. Very, very hard for newbies. Learn the old. That's it. David knows how it works, man. I think the old way works, doesn't it? So Vegeta's saying, after 2.5 years, I'm not good enough. At least 4 to 5 years of consistency need to be better than average, in my opinion. Yeah, it varies from different people. I think like some people pick it up quite quickly than others, right? But at the same time, it's like once you understand the concept, it's a lot of repetition, and you need to spend a lot of time on the charts. It really comes down to spending a lot of time on the charts and just watching the charts. Because like when I was in pharmacy, right, when I was working full time, right, even Dank does, not Dank, AM does this right now. He's working full time, right? My man's still looking at the charts, man. He goes to the toilet and fucking does a chart and whatnot. Check out what the prices are. Ask him, man. He works hard in it. It was really, really, really hard. So You know, end of the day, like if you like SC says it, like fucking camera. Never mind. Fuck the camera. To be honest, it's been an hour and 22 minutes. Yeah, even SC says it. SC says most of you won't make it, and the reason why is the mentality. You've got to put the effort into it. It's like if you want to be a doctor, right? Everyone wants to be a doctor. Everyone wants to be an engineer, a dentist, or an architect, or whatever, right? You guys want to do great things, an astronaut or something like that. It's perfectly fine, but it takes a lot of work and determination, and that's how you become a professional in your career. But if you're not willing to put the effort into it right now, right, at any moment in time at the very beginning, then of course you're not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? You've gotta put the effort into it. 1 second, guys. Let me have a look at something. I think I'm missing something. Yeah, okay. So this is broken. So we're gonna go down. One deviation is fine, but this deviation is not a good thing. Well, if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I'm quite comfortable with that. So yeah, you just gotta put the effort into it. If you guys can do that, and look, when we have the club and whatnot, if you guys are finding something difficult, talk to me. Tell me what the deal is. Tell me what you're not understanding. Because if you're not understanding something, the chances are there's other people like yourself who's not understanding it too. You know, end of the day, we're all in this together. It's a community thing. We're gonna do this together, and I'm gonna try my best to help you. But all I ask from you is give me your time and your energy. And if you feel like you can't do it, then let me know. Then we'll figure something out. There's always ways to figure it out, and that's the beauty about crypto. There's always other things we can do. You know, so it's not a be all and end all kind of thing. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to put into it, right? So the more effort you put into it, the more you gain out of it, right? I'm gonna cut the trade. I think I'm gonna cut the trade. Let's have a look. Gandalf was just saying something that's quite a very interesting thing. Yeah. Fuck it. I cut the trade. Yeah. It's all cut. So how much was that in terms of R? Wasn't much. 0.3 R. That's not bad. Fuck it. Never mind. 0.3 R of a trade. It is what it is. We'll go on. We'll move on. Yeah. I've cut the trade. It's just not ready yet. It's just not ready. Yo, PO. Yes, my man. My guy. So that's BTC. Ethereum. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Let's do a quick scenario on that, and then we're gonna call it a day. I've kind of lost a lot of time on this scalp. I kind of wanted to spend more time on other things, but never mind. All right, so Ethereum broken out Monday's high, above the monthly open. Happy days. That's all good. The question is, do we come back down to the monthly open, hold above it? And this 1700 level is a fucking motherfucking important level. Okay, why is it important? I'll show it to you guys. So if we go on the daily, this is a range itself. Okay, so let me just start. You know what? Let me just hide all this. Hide all drawings. Okay, so it's all a naked chart right there. See this high here? That's a range high. See this low here? That's range low. Oops, that's right. 1700 is over here. That's the range low. Right? That's the range low and that's the range high. The mid range sits about here. Sorry about that, guys. Give me one moment. Yeah. So that's range high and that's range low and that's the mid range. Okay. So we talked about this a few times. I'll talk about it again. Deviation of the range. This is like a deviation of the range, and as long if we can reclaim this range low, we can say playing up higher prices, taking out liquidity over here, possibly going into this area there, and then mid range, right, which is around the 3K level. Okay. So it's all depending on what happens next. It is September coming up as well. I'm a little bit skeptical about September, but we play this level to level. But if we can close above here on the weekly, I think it stands a good chance to maybe a pullback, and we'll see how it goes. But there's liquidity resting here at the moment there. So these are like the late shorters. The late shorters right there are going to actually put stops over there. In actual fact, If you look here, let's have a look. I'm gonna draw this. See this up candle there? That hasn't been tested at all. Right, so I can see us, if we do something like this, hold above it, I can see us come into this block over there. And then we'll see how we go to this area here and then this area here. So looking at the day trade itself, on the 15 minutes, let's see what we got here. Right, 15 minutes, right, we're grinding up, right? So this is the daily, right? Sorry about that once again. See, it's doing this, isn't it? It's a rising wedge. That's what it's looking like right now. Yeah, it's like a rising wedge. It's getting narrower and narrower. I think to me, it's like we can come back down to here, retest this block over here. Well, in reality, right, forget this rising wedge, right? In reality, I'm saying this. See this area here? I can see. So if we come back into this area, consolidation, broke above it, retested it, get above it, right? And we got above the 1700 level. What I can see that's happening is come back down into this area here, hold above, and then let's see if we can come up to here. So I'm not long here and I'm not short here. All right. Same time we've got resistance on this area here. See this area here? This area here. That's where we're finding resistance right there. So you can play a stop loss game, right, from here. Right, if you're gonna go short, you play a stop loss here with finding resistance. Well, as soon as we break down here, this is your confirmation going down to monthly open, we'll go to this block over here, and then from there we'll see what happens. So if we come back up and hold above it, let's go back up to target 1, target 2, and target 3. So it's literally playing up and down, right? So but if we lose this block over here, right, then it's all over. I think we'll come back into Monday's range and then play back lower and see what happens there. So that's the Ethereum there. Nothing much to say about it, actually, to be honest. It's just tricky. Because look, if you look at the trend line over here, short trend line, you can easily see we can still come back down here, do a bit of a deviation, come back up and carry on going higher. All perfectly fine. I think I think the targets to this area 1780 is quite plausible. Up to this area here, actually. Right. Up to this area here. Delete that. Into this area there. That's what I think is very plausible to go into by 1800 level, 1780, 1800. So we'll see how that goes from over here. Reclaim and hold above it. Then I'll say, yeah, we're targeting 17. So look, confirmation for longs is here. Break above it. This is my confirmation. And I'm playing it back up to 1780, push it to 1800 into this area there. Okay, and that'll be the long scenario there. The short scenario is that you have this block over here, stop loss over here. You can keep a wider stop there and let it come back down. So that's Ethereum. It's a bit of a tricky one at the moment. It's a bit of a weird one. Looking at EPTC, let's have a look at EPTC. Well, EPTC is looking fucking bullish though. I ain't gonna lie to you, because if you look at EPTC. We're coming back to range high, right? We come into this red line. What is this red line? This red line here is actually a higher time frame range. Let me show it to you. On the 1 day, right? We got range high, range low, 25%, mid range, and look at where we find. We found support off the mid range, right? So, in a range band environment, right? So we hold above it. We're still playing within this range, right? This is more of a lower time frame range compared to this macro range itself. But to me, at the moment, we're going for liquidity up here, take up there. Now, if we reclaim and hold above it, then I say the next target will be at this here, 0.1, and then see if we can get to range high over there. But we'll see what happens. Come in September, it can be bearish. We don't know what happens. Be very, very careful. It is the end of the month. I'm not looking for anything crazy. You know, that's what EPC is showing it to me as well. I mean, undeniably, like, strong though. You with EPTC. That's one thing is, if you look at from this high here to this low there, we've literally range bounded, deviation, deviation, which means targets over here. Okay, targets there, and see what happens from there. Reclaim and hold above it, happy days. If we come up to this area, start breaking down, then we go back to, I said, target 1, target 2, and looking to squeeze into target 3, which is that mid-range of this block here. Okay, that's EBTC there. Looking at, so look, dollar index is actually breaking down, right? So 15 minutes. I want to see us lose this block. If we lose this line here, what is that? We've got on the weekly. I'll show you. This is a range bound environment where price was distributing over here. So this is distribution. Remember we talked about this early on. Look. So this is the high. This is the high. Runs the high, comes back down to the mid range, runs into it, can't reclaim this, breaks back down, distribution, off it goes. That was a sign to us to go lower. All right. So that's a range of distribution there. Now going into where we are currently, right? So let's have a look. There we go. So the weekly is about to close in about a day. Tomorrow night we'll close. If we close below here, the range low, then I can say, yeah, we're playing a lot more lower, right? So that'll be good for the stock markets and Bitcoin itself. Looking at ES right now, this. So we've got a range bound environment again. We got 2021 high, 2021 low. As you can see, we took a stop run, fell off down there. The stop run off this low here, and we climb back up to mid range. Of course, the mid range we're going to have some sort of reaction. This low here has caused a lot of problems around the market across the world, across the market on ES. As you can see, this low here was support, come back down, find resistance, a bit of a deviation, comes back down to range low, and we find resistance, we get back above it, and it looks like we're holding it, which is all good there. It's on the weekly this is as well. So we're just looking for a reclaim of the mid range, and then we can start saying, yeah, next target is the 75% range, which comes into this area here. Take out liquidity on this, and then reclaim the 75% up to range high. That's what I'm looking for on a higher time frame. If it does do that, if we lose this level here, then I'm like, okay, go back to range low. Okay, does that make sense? Bitcoin dominance. Hey Dubsdorf, how's it going? Expecting red 1693. Steam, my man, what's going on, brother? Good to see you here as well. Yeah, so looking at Bitcoin dominance, again, range bound environment. Low, high, up, down, up, down, up, and we're going down, right? So to me right now, I mean, I showed this a while ago on Twitter that from here I was targeting the mid-range, well, 75% mid-range, 25% and range low. So we're coming down there, and as the dominance is dropping down, that's good in terms of what's going to happen. So like prices of the market will go up because less money is in Bitcoin. You can see this, right? This trend line here has causing resistance, 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 bit of a deviation, then resistance, and we go back down, right? So as long as we hold this trend line and we don't break above it and hold above it, then that's good. So that means we're coming down to the 39.65%, is it? 66%. And then that will be the range low. Then from there, we'll see what happens. Because if we do something like this, let's say we come into the range low, and we start holding above it, break above there, then that means the price of Bitcoin is going to go a lot more less because more money is going into Bitcoin, and your alt's going to go down because money is leaving with alts and Ethereum into Bitcoin and USDTs and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, they've been unusually quiet. I'm surprised by that. I would have thought they've been talking a lot of shit right now. Morningstar, when is the Jackson hole today, and what do you expect from it? In other words, what is bullish and what is bearish? Well, the Jackson hole is today. It's already started. It's already, I believe, is it started yet? Or was it? No, it started in I think American time, which will be about 1 o'clock. That's when it will happen. What they'll do is they talk about let's have a look. Ethereum. Yeah, Pirate, you know what? Me and you gotta speak a lot more when it comes to trading. She's sick though. She's absolutely phenomenal. She's a very sick trader, I gotta say. 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. UK time. So what we can expect from, well, we don't know what to expect. Let's be honest. Because what will happen with Jackson Hole is that they will start talking about all the worldly affairs, the politics around, not the politics, the economic crisis with inflation, deflation, all that kind of stuff, right? And whatever they say will have an impact on what's going to go happen in the future. So we don't know what's going to happen. If they feel like the inflation is under control, they will say so. And if the inflation is under control, then things will look good. It's everything's all minute taken. So all the reports will be live online. So it's a bit of a tricky one. I don't know what to say about the Jackson Hole. It's whatever they discuss, because there'll be like top. I think it's 120 or 100 people of the finance team, the banking team. They will discuss what the deal is, and they will discuss what they think is going to happen, what they want to see that will happen, and when whatever they say will have an impact. It has an impact. Before we can have a look at previous things. Let's have a look. If I go open up a new Google, let's have a look. Go to previous Jackson Hole symposium discussion. Let's have a look what we got here. So yeah, past one, they talk about macroeconomics policy in an uneven economy. This is 2020 was the what do you call it? The COVID crash, right? So this happened on August 27th to August 28th. The Fed hosts central banks, policymakers, academics, and economists from around the world as its annual economic policy symposium, right? This year's symposium was conducted online. The proceedings were live streamed on the Federal Reserve, YouTube, all times listed, blah, blah, blah. Materials of symposium, Can I not see what they were discussing? Or even a freaking... reassessing constraints on the economy and policy. So yeah, so we know what they're going to be talking about right there. So they're talking about the economy in regards to inflation, deflation, because inflation has been stupidly high, really high as well. So they want to get this under control, otherwise it's going to collapse, right? Things are going to get shit even worse. So well, yeah, I don't know what to say about it. The thing is, we're all gonna find out as it happens. That's the thing is, at 1 o'clock from today, it'll be about 9 o'clock the New York time, and that's when they will discuss what the deal is. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today and tomorrow, and then from there, coming on Monday, it's a new week, and then we start from there. It will become like month end as well. Okay, just bounce off the 0.5 fib. Then do you put automatic TP limit orders? Do you? I tend to manually manage, to be honest. I don't like I will have automatic TP from time to time, but I do manually manage, especially when I'm watching the chart. I just watch the chart. Bouncing on the 1 minute using resistance. Oh, Pirate's just sick. I gotta say, Pirate is one of the baddest motherfuckers you'll ever meet, man. I got a lot of love for her. God bless her. God bless her. BTC USDT. How do we do? I think it would have stopped me out. Yeah, it would have stopped me out probably actually. They come back down. We'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you go. And it was a bit of a. I used a lot of time on the whole scalping session there. I'm really sorry about that. But hopefully you guys actually understand a lot of things, how I see things, and we talked a little bit about what you can expect from the country club and how we're gonna grow going forward as well. So big up love, big up love, big up pirate as well. Yeah, pirate, big up to pirate, man. Pirate will always be number one. Like she's sick, she's absolutely sick. She comes in, fucking starts saying sell, and then fucking I'll sell. And then what happens? She dumps the market. So, but I'll check the Telegram after stream as well. Vegeta, I'll definitely see you in country club. Yeah. Midterms on my, because like I have you under my thingy with me alongside. That'll be quite nice. But we'll discuss this between me and you anyway. And then pirate, like I can expect you in the country club as well. But yeah, you sent DMs. Okay, so yeah, I will get the response for the CC very soon. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So I will send out DMs for the CC in the coming couple of hours, kind of thing, and then yeah, I'm gonna get the country club. I'll chat to you. I'll chat to you about it. Don't worry about that. And yeah, and then we'll go from there. I do gotta bounce though, and I'll speak to you guys soon and catch you guys tomorrow. All right. Big love, respect for that. Take care, champs.